Imagine an empire fragmented and divided suddenly rising to become a powerful force under one man's vision. This is the tale of Germany in the mid-19th century. An empire of 39 diverse and discordant states, Germany was a patchwork of territories, each with its own ruler, its own laws, its own customs. A land where the only common thread was the language spoken by its people. Enter Otto von Bismarck, a Prussian statesman with a vision as ironclad as his resolve. Bismarck, known to history as the Iron Chancellor, had a master plan. His goal was simple yet ambitious: to unite the German-speaking territories under Prussian leadership, to forge a single powerful German empire from the disparate states. But how does one achieve such a Herculean task? For Bismarck, the answer lay in economic unity. In the early 1830s, the Zollverein, or customs union, was established. This economic union eliminated internal tariffs among the German states, allowing goods to flow freely from the North Sea to the Alps, from the Rhine to the Oder. The Zollverein sparked an economic boom, as coal and iron flowed from the Ruhr Valley, textiles from Saxony, beer from Bavaria. The economic success of the Zollverein fostered a sense of shared prosperity among the German states, a sense of unity that Bismarck would later exploit to achieve his political ends. Yet, the Zollverein was more than a mere economic union. It was a symbol, a testament to the potential of a united Germany. It showed the German people what could be achieved when barriers were torn down, when petty rivalries were set aside, when the common good was put before individual interests. Bismarck's master plan was in motion. With the success of the Zollverein, the foundation was laid. The stage was set for a series of wars that would rock Europe to its core and transform the map of the continent. Bismarck's master plan set the stage for a series of wars that would change the face of Europe forever. A war over territories, the Danish War was the first step towards German unification. In the mid-19th century, a conflict was brewing over two duchies, Schleswig and Holstein. These territories were under Danish rule, but they had a substantial German-speaking population. The question of whether Schleswig and Holstein should be part of Denmark or Germany was a contentious issue that sparked tensions in the region. Enter Otto von Bismarck, the Prussian minister-president, known for his cunning and strategic brilliance. Bismarck saw an opportunity in this conflict. He believed that a war with Denmark could serve as a catalyst for German unification. The idea was to provoke Denmark into taking aggressive action, thereby giving Prussia and Austria a reason to go to war. Bismarck's plan was deviously simple. He convinced Austria to join Prussia in supporting the German-speaking population in Schleswig and Holstein. This alliance was a calculated move. Bismarck knew that Austria, like Prussia, had a vested interest in the two duchies. Together, they issued the Gastein Convention, which allowed Austria to administer Holstein while Prussia took control of Schleswig. Denmark, feeling threatened, responded exactly as Bismarck had anticipated. They annexed Schleswig, a clear violation of the London Protocol, an agreement that had guaranteed the territorial integrity of Denmark. This gave Prussia and Austria the casus belli, or justification for war, they needed. In the ensuing conflict, the Danish forces were outmatched and soon defeated. This victory was significant. Prussia and Austria had gained control of Schleswig and Holstein, but more importantly, Bismarck had demonstrated the power and potential of a united Germany on the battlefield. This war served as a rallying point for the German states, fostering a sense of shared identity and purpose. With Denmark defeated, Bismarck had set his eyes on a bigger target: Austria. Bismarck's master plan was unfolding as he'd intended, and he was just getting started. The Danish War was merely the first step in his grand scheme for German unification. Bismarck's master plan was in full swing, and now it was time for Austria to fall. With the Danish War behind him, Bismarck turned his cunning and strategic mind towards Austria, the dominant power in the German Confederation. The year was 1866, and the stage was set for the Austro-Prussian War, a conflict that would shift the balance of power in the German states. Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor, had a clear vision. He saw a united Germany under Prussian leadership, a colossal power that would stand strong against the rest of Europe. But how to engineer such a war? Bismarck was nothing if not a master of political manipulation. He skillfully exploited the dispute over the administration of Schleswig and Holstein, territories won in the Danish War. Strains in the Austro-Prussian alliance provided the perfect opportunity for Bismarck to provoke Austria into declaring war. The war was swift and brutal. Prussia, armed with a superior military and innovative tactics, quickly gained the upper hand. The decisive Battle of Königgrätz marked a turning point, with the Prussian forces emerging victorious and effectively ending the war. The aftermath of the war was significant. The Treaty of Prague was signed, ending the Austro-Prussian War. Austria agreed to withdraw from the German Confederation and promised not to intervene in German affairs. A new North German Confederation was established, dominated by the victorious Prussia. The Austro-Prussian War marked a radical shift in the German political landscape. Prussia had emerged as the dominant power, replacing Austria. The southern German states, witnessing Prussia's military might, began to consider aligning themselves with this rising power. In the grand chessboard of Europe, Bismarck had made his move. He had outmaneuvered Austria, placed Prussia in a position of dominance, and paved the way for the German unification he so desired. The stage was set for the final act in Bismarck's master plan. With Austria out of the picture, there was only one obstacle left in Bismarck's path to a united Germany: France. And as we'll see, this obstacle would prove to be the most challenging, yet the most rewarding, in the quest for a united Germany. The final war, the Franco-Prussian War, was the climax of Bismarck's master plan. The year was 1870, and Bismarck had his sights set on the French Empire. In a move of political genius, Bismarck manipulated the Ems dispatch, a telegram from the Prussian King Wilhelm to Bismarck. He edited the telegram to sound more hostile, making it appear as though the Prussian king had insulted the French ambassador. When this altered telegram was published, it created an uproar in France, and the French Emperor Napoleon III declared war on Prussia, just as Bismarck had planned. The Franco-Prussian War was a significant test for the German states, but under Bismarck's leadership, they were more than prepared. The Prussian army, which was one of the most efficient and well-trained in Europe, along with its allies from the southern German states, quickly overwhelmed the French. The siege of Paris was a grim affair, lasting over 4 months from September 1870 to January 1871. The city was cut off from the outside world, food became scarce, and the Parisians even resorted to eating zoo animals. But the end was in sight. In January 1871, the French surrendered and the Treaty of Frankfurt was signed in May. France had to pay a huge indemnity and cede the territories of Alsace and Lorraine to the newly formed German Empire. These territorial losses were a bitter pill to swallow for the French, and they would not forget it, sowing the seeds for future conflicts. The Franco-Prussian War wasn't just about territorial gains, or even about defeating France. It was about unifying the German states under one banner, under the leadership of Prussia. It was about creating a sense of national identity among the German people, a sense of unity and pride that had been missing for centuries. And with France defeated, Bismarck's vision was finally realized. From the ashes of war, a new empire rose, the Second Reich. This marked a new era in the pages of history, an era of immense power and influence that would forever change the landscape of Europe. At the heart of this seismic shift was the Hall of Mirrors in the Palace of Versailles. Here, in the grandeur of this opulent setting, the German Empire was proclaimed. The echoes of this momentous event resonated throughout the corridors of power across Europe, signifying a new order. The man who stood at the helm of this newly minted empire was Wilhelm I. Wilhelm, a man of unyielding determination, ascended to the throne as the German emperor. His reign was marked by the consolidation of power and the pursuit of a vision of a united German-speaking realm. Under Wilhelm's rule, the German Empire rose from the ashes of war and fragmentation, a phoenix reborn. The former patchwork of 39 disparate states was now a formidable empire, a force to be reckoned with on the European stage. This new empire struck a chord of apprehension in the hearts of Europe's leaders, who watched with bated breath as Germany flexed its newfound might. But the birth of the Second Reich was more than just the rise of a new empire. It marked a fundamental shift in the balance of power in Europe. The implications of this were far-reaching, casting a long shadow over the continent. The new German Empire emerged as a key player in the intricate game of European politics, setting the stage for a future fraught with conflict and upheaval. The birth of the Second Reich was a testament to the power of unity and the indomitable spirit of the German people. It was a beacon of hope for a nation that had been fragmented and at odds with itself. Yet it also served as a stark reminder of the perils of unchecked ambition and the potential for conflict that such power could unleash. And thus, from a patchwork of states, a mighty empire was born, setting the stage for a tumultuous future.